Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today I want to go a little bit more in depth on the toy cards and just talk about some of their applications in the game. If you look around, we're already seeing a little bit of like toy engine combos floating around. There's two main engines that they work the best with. I haven't delved too much into what else might apply here, but I think these tend to be the two best engines to combine this deck with at this point. But feel free to throw in the comments any other cards that you think really work well with these guys, because I really think there is some huge potential here. If you don't know, we got these revealed, I think, 2 nights ago. These are the toy cards. It's 3 cards, right? It's Toy Soldier. This card can search Toy Box, but if you already have Toy Box up, it can search any level 4 light monster. Very, very strong. And then this card and the other monster have the same exact first effects, where they can kind of be set into your spell and trap zones like artifacts, and if they are sent from the spell and trap zone to the grave, they can special themselves back. So they are extenders in that right. You're able to get a bunch of them for free, and it gives you access to an engine that could potentially search you any level 4 light monster, which is insane. Toy Tank, kind of same thing. This one doesn't have the same search effect, but it can tribute itself to summon at level 6 from hand, or if you control Toy Box, from grave instead. Still good, but it is just has that extension effect. Put it in the spell and trap zone and send it, and it comes back, which is really nice. Now for Toy Box is the last piece of the engine. It's a continuous spell that once per turn you can do either one of these 2 effects. Either set up to 2 toys from your deck, hand or monster zone, or graveyard, that have toy in their original names, and an effect that sets themselves. So it would just be those 2 guys. They're technically Toy Magician too, but that card's garbage. Don't worry about it. Or you can destroy up to 2 cards in your spell and trap zone, which could even have extra synergy depending on the deck you play it in. So you get to pop your own back row. So if you already drew these guys or were able to place them, you could just pop them and they come out. So Toy Soldier would come out, and then he would search you any level 4 light. Toy Tank would also come out. Now, you can't do both in the same turn, unfortunately, so this card does not do anything on its own, but there are some packages you can open this with that actually become really, really strong. It also has a battle protection effect, which is fine. Nothing too crazy, but it's nice. It's a nice little bonus effect there. Now, we need to talk about the engines that this deck combines with the best. The first one, oh my gosh, I keep clicking, my bad. The first one is Magician Souls. This package is so insane because it just has this generic effect to send any 2 spell or traps from your hand or field to grave to draw that many cards. So when you use Toy Vendor or Toy Box to put both of your guys, both of your toy monsters face down, you can summon Magician Souls and then send both to draw 2, then reborn both and search a level 4. So you at that point you would have 2 level 4s on field, a level 1 on field, a Magician Souls, 2 random draws, and any level 4 light you in your entire deck. So you have gone so crazy plus already. Like, that's 2 cards that have turned into 7, I believe, which is out of this world. So there's no restrictions here. You would then be able to make a rank 4, plus you've searched any level 4 monster that's gotten you, any light level 4 that gets you into that engine that you're able to pop off with. It's actually such a nasty setup, plus we already know how Magician Soul is just such a good generic card already anyway, so really, really good. From there you move to the Dia Bellstar engine. This is the other engine that I think makes some really good sense. The biggest thing is Dia Bellstar herself can send any card on your field or hand to grave to summon itself. These guys don't have to be sent by card effect, so even though this is a summon condition, it still fulfills the toy monsters to summon themselves back. So same thing, right? Toy Box, place your 2 guys, Wanted or Dia Bellstar, whichever one you open. Dia Bellstar, send your Toy Soldier. He summons himself back because you have Toy Box. He searches a level 4 light, and then Dia Bellstar sets your Snake Eye spell. And now you've got access to a level 1 fire engine. You've got access to any level 4 light monster in the game. And you, again, have gone +2 off of 2 cards. And, the sky is the limit from there. So two premier engines, especially the Dia Bellstar engine being like one of the most premier engines in the game right now. So this could find its way in as like just a portion of like a Snake Eye deck, because it just pushes that deck even further. It's just so crazy. I mean, they're extenders. They get you good value. They search cards that maybe shouldn't be searchable otherwise, and we'll show those off here. So those are the two big engines. Let me know if there's any other engines that you think like have a generic enough send from field effect that's really easy to access and maybe as extenders anyway. Let me know if there's any additional engines or cards that you think are really interesting for this package. But let's move on to the targets. There could also be some other targets, but as far as the most potent level 4 lights I can think of, or at least when I skimmed the list, these were the ones that stuck out to me. Trickstar Candina. I know this one's not like super potent right now, but considering this engine's already getting you a ton of value anyway, if you could search like Reincarnation off of this, and then just like, so you have a little bit of grind by getting Candina back, plus you're able to recycle your opponent's hand, which can also auto win you the game sometimes if you banish important engine pieces. There's definitely value there. Plus, if you haven't seen my video where I talked about if the next Legendary Duelist is light and Trickstars get more support, this could be even more interesting there. Visa Samsara. This also applies for the Manadium level 4. But yeah, this card's one card combo in that deck. To even get to this guy, you don't have to use anything in your extra deck. So extra deck space is pretty flawless there. And then this guy gets you into Scareclaw, Manadium, engine from there, and you just pop off. So really good, like honestly. And you don't even have to take your normal summon. So just search this guy and then normal summon him and full combo from there. It's pretty nasty. Starly's Safer. Do I need to say anything about this guy? I believe he's one card Dragon Link combo, so seems strong to me. Now, the bigger question here would be like, do these engines have any additional synergy with the toy cards in terms of like, if you play them in a deck together, it's not just that you can search them, it's that if you're playing them in a deck together, you would expect to draw pieces of both engines, not just Diabellstar and the toy engine, not just Magician Souls and the toy engine. You're going to draw some of these other engine cards too. Is there enough synergy there to also justify playing them both in the same deck? But at least as far as payoffs go, these cards are pretty nasty. So Safer, Neospace Connector, we talk about this card just being the best normal summon in the game, or at least the scariest one. Yeah, that's got to go on the list there. Mirror Sword Knight, one card, your one card Chimera setup, gotta love it, new card. Mathmix Circular, I've already been seeing some combos floating around. I know MCole40 uploaded a video showing off some of the combos where you search Circular and then you just do Circular combo, you set up Super Factorial. I'd have questions about that one just because to do that combo, he's playing like, that list was playing like Diameter, Nabla, the Reborn spell, and Super Factorial. I'm not sure you're playing a pure enough Mathmech list to make all of those all of those bricks good enough because you might not be drawing them with Mathmech cards. So I don't know. That one's weird, but like I do still think there could be value with playing a Circular deck there for sure. Ecclesia is a huge one. Now, Ecclesia's payoff isn't as good as it used to be, but by herself, like at least relative to the rest of the game, like obviously, like Opening Nadir is still insanely strong, but Ecclesia is just a little bit less. But there's still a world where she actually is worthwhile enough, so definitely wouldn't sleep on that. Plus, she probably is one of the smoother combinations with some of these engines, just because all you have to do is put any extra monster on field and she's an extender, so that's good. Centurion. This was a weird one too, because like again, like you kind of want to open Centurion cards with Centurion cards. I don't know if you want to be playing all these other cards and engines if they work together, like if you draw them together. But still, this is a one card combo for Calamity's Lock on top of everything else you got off of this package deal. So that's cool. And then for some generic ones, Performance Trick Clown. I mean, it's just link fodder, right? You summon this guy, you link him off, he comes back, so then you'd have 4+ bodies going into your next, going into what's helping you make your board. That seems pretty good. Barrier Statue of the Heavens. The toy engine itself is light. Now the question being what else of your deck are you locking yourself out of by playing this card? But luckily you can search it, then make like a rank 4 or something else before you have to normal summon Barrier Statue. So that's pretty cool. And I think the last one here is Thunder King Ryo. This card, I just love the way this card is designed, basically. I mean, the fact that he is big enough that you can't just run over him. He's a nasty floodgate. And even if you show that you're going to have an out to this nasty floodgate, you probably can just use a second effect and at least trade pretty decently with the opponent for it. So I like this card a lot. I think this guy will come up at some point in the future. Like, we'll find a new Thunder deck will come out that like sets this guy up for free. But I guess you could argue that Thunder Dragon already does with Colossus, but I digress. So yeah, those are the things that I think are the most interesting here. I could go a little bit more in depth and actually start working on some builds with this engine, but we'll see. I think we'll see some people theorizing some stuff here, because there are some crazy things you can do, even with just generic engines like Magician Souls plus the toy engine. But I think it definitely has some legs to stand on. I think it's by far, maybe this and like the Striker stuff are by far the most exciting things coming out of Premium Pack, and we're only halfway revealed, so hopefully the other half has a couple of spicy things as well. I will keep you updated whenever that stuff drops. I mean, we're, I don't know, 20 days away from that getting revealed anyway, so yeah, like nothing crazy. That will come sooner than later. But I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below on these cards. What other engines do you think could be spicy there? What decks do you think could make really good use of them? What are you just thinking about the toy cards? I'd love to hear it. Specifically, I covered them before, but I want to do a more specific toy discussion here. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.